So the first part is to draw a wavy line through the middle of the paper. After that, you're going to draw vertical wavy lines, wiggly lines going from top to bottom. After you do that, then you begin to do arches above the middle line. Then you flip it so the arch is upside down, and you fill the space below the middle line. Notice as I'm meeting those wavy lines that I drew vertically, my length of my arches changes either from long or to shorter. That's what we want. We don't want them to all be consecutive. We want them to be similar but not the same. Once you've filled the paper completely from top to bottom with these arches, these contour and continuous lines, the paper should be full from top to bottom and side to side. There should be no empty spaces. It should be a space full of wiggly lines and arches. Now, for this next part, you can go over and start adding Sharpie if you so desire. I like to add Sharpie because I think it adds emphasis and exaggerates those lines. It makes them more pronounced. You don't have to do this, but I think it highlights what we've been talking about, focusing on that contour line. That adding the Sharpie tells our mind that we are outlining the shape that we have created by doing this activity. The next part of this and what you should be doing today is to color it. So when you color it, you want to pick a couple of colors, not too many, because you'll probably create a pattern, and a pattern with too many colors can get confusing. But notice here how I'm using a colored pencil and I'm focusing in on those corners. Those corners are darker than the middle is. This is creating a gradation or a value scale. I started to use a pattern. You don't have to use a pattern, you can focus all on one color. You can make each section of wiggly lines a different color, or so forth. You have a lot of options with this, but if you do choose to color it, actually everyone's going to have to color it, you want to focus on that gradation and values. So make those corners darker and make the ends or the middles brighter. You can do this with pencil, you can do this with pen, you can probably even do it with marker, but I suggest doing it with colored pencil or crayon. So I'm leaving the insides, the middle lighter, and the edges darker, creating a shade and a highlight. Once you do your whole paper like this, it turns out really interesting. Notice how my colors are bright and consistent. They're not inconsistent, and they remain quality rather than not quality. So when you do this, press a little bit harder in the corners and lift up and press a little bit lighter towards the middle.